Hello, my name is James Riddle. I am a small business exit advisor and an owner of a small business. I help owners of businesses with less than $1 million in revenue sell their business quickly and for more money than it is currently worth. I have experience as a business broker, M&A advisor, and a small business marketing and sales consultant. What sets me apart from business brokers, M&A advisors, and investment bankers is I do not collect a commission on the sale, nor do I charge a large upfront retainer fee. I provide guidance and resources to business owners on exit strategies via online training. Through this webinar, you will understand what is required to sell your small business within 30 to 60 days and for more money than it is worth currently. You will also identify ways to save money when selling your business. You'll save on legal fees, accounting fees, marketing fees, etc. And finally, you'll determine if one of my online video training memberships will solve the problems you have related to selling your small business, whether you are a licensed contractor, a sole proprietor, an owner-operator, owner of a business with no tangible assets, etc. Through this webinar, you will determine what you want out of the deal, how much and when. Determine which method you will use to sell it, asset or stock. Determine who will buy it, competitor, employee, financial buyer, supplier, or someone else. Determine who will be on your deal team, a CPA, attorney, financial advisor, tax advisor, business broker, etc. Determine what it is you are selling, assets or your business. Find out what it is actually worth, and what the heck are multiples. Understand what buyers look for when making their decision: an income, customers list, supply sustainability. Determine how you will close the gap: recurring revenue, company restructure. Understand the selling process from beginning to end. And then take advantage of special offers. Get the help you need at a discount. At the end of the webinar, you will receive a discount code which will allow you to get the ebook, which is a $197 value at no cost. Whether you are operating as a sole proprietor, partnership, LLC, C-Corp, or Escort, you will get valuable information from this webinar, especially if your goal is to sell your business 30 to 60 days from today and for more than it is currently worth. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics Business Employment Dynamics, the survival for new businesses is about 80% of businesses with employees will survive their first year in business. About 70% of businesses with employees will survive their second year in business. About 50% of businesses with employees will survive their fifth year in business. About 30% of businesses will survive their 10th year in business. And these rates are consistent over time. This suggests surprisingly that year-over-year economic factors don't have much of an impact on how many U.S. small businesses survive. The takeaway here is that you can pretty much bet on an 80%, 70%, 50%, and 30% survival rate across 1, 2, 5, and 10 years in business, no matter the year. What this means to you is your business is valuable to anyone wishing to do what you do. It is less risky for someone to buy an existing business similar to yours rather than start one. As a general rule, the longer you have been in business, the more valuable your business is to someone else. This is why your phone number, website, Google ranking, social media accounts, reputation, customer base, supplier base, knowledge, business license, etc. are valuable intangible assets. Below are sound business practices in preparing your company for a sale and can add value to your company, whether selling an owner-operator business like roofing, plumbing, HVAC, handyman, flooring, painting, etc. Or if you are selling any other type of owner-operator business, partnership, LLC, C-Corp, or S-Corp. First, determine what you want out of the deal. Many business owners want to leave their business once the business is sold. Others may want to remain in the business as a contract employee or consultant to the new owner. You may receive more money for your business if you agree to remain involved for a short period of time, usually 6 months to a year, in order to help transition the buyer. Determining what you want after the sale will help you develop a strategy which will ensure you will be satisfied with the sale. Consider the following questions. Do you want money in order to retire, buy another business, buy a new home, etc.? And how much money will you need? Do you want to continue working in the business? And if so, how many hours each week? How many weeks? And how much money do you expect to be paid while continuing to work in the business? Do you want all cash up front, or are you willing to offer seller financing and receive regularly scheduled payments, including interest? Write down the amount of money you want at closing, when you want it, the intentions for the money, and the amount of remaining money, including interest. This will help you remain focused on not just the sale price in negotiations, but also the timing of the sale. For example, I want $500,000 at closing by December 20th in order to invest in a real estate project, and I want $5,200 each month for 36 months. Take a moment and write down the amount of money you want at closing, when you want it, the intentions for the money, and the amount of remaining money, including interest. Next, determine which method you will use to sell it, asset or stock sale. In an asset sale, the buyer purchases specific assets of the business as well as takes on specified liabilities. The seller maintains the legal structure of the business and continues to run a business with the remaining assets and liabilities. Additionally, net working capital may be included in this type of sale. This may include accounts receivable, prepaid expenses, inventory, accounts payable, and accrued expenses. In comparison, the buyer usually forms a new business with the assets that he or she purchased. Alternatively, the buyer may add these assets to an existing business structure. This type of sale allows greater flexibility for buyers because they need only purchase the items that they have an interest in and only assume liabilities that they feel comfortable assuming. In contrast, stock sales involve the selling and purchase of shares of stock from the existing business shareholders. The buyer purchases the equity in the company, assuming all assets and liabilities. This includes liability for future liabilities and any warranty claims so that the buyer may be subject to potential litigation from any of these outstanding claims and liabilities. Stock sales are not available in all types of transactions. If the business is a sole proprietorship, partnership, or limited liability company, it does not have stock. Therefore, owners of these entities sell their ownership interest instead of the business selling its assets. These sales are limited to corporate interest. C corporations and sub-S corporations must determine whether to make the sale an asset sale or stock sale. Next, determine who will buy it. An individual outside of the business. Individuals buy rather than start businesses to avoid startup risk, to enjoy the immediate benefits of sales and cash flow, and to benefit from established systems, clientele, and reputation. Also, thanks in part to seller financing, it's easier to finance a business purchase than a business startup. If your business is in strong condition and attractive to buyers, selling to an individual provides the greatest opportunity to achieve the greatest range of sale objectives, so long as you keep in mind that some objectives conflict with others. For example, the need for all cash at closing rarely supports a high selling price. Selling to a key employee. This sale approach transitions ownership to an employee who wants and is able to make the necessary investment to take over your business. It typically begins with the legally binding partnership and buy-sell agreement that details the terms of the sale at some point in the future. Like an inter-family sale, selling to a key employee rarely achieves a top dollar price, but ultimately it allows the seller flexibility in determining future involvement and likely provides ongoing continuity for staff and clients. A sale to employees involves a tax-qualified defined employment benefit plan called an Employee Stock Ownership Plan, or ESOP, through which employees buy shares of the business quickly over a long period of time, depending on how the transition is structured. Though an ESOP requires significant legal planning and advice, it is a tax advantageous sale approach since proceeds may be tax-free. It also allows a phase-out of the owner's involvement and provides ongoing continuity for staff and clients. Selling to an existing partner. Most partnerships are launched with legal documents that include a buy-sell agreement outlining how one partner will sell to the other or others. If your partnership includes such an agreement, it details the price and procedure for selling your portion of ownership. Depending on circumstances, selling to an existing partner allows a predefined route for selling, departing, and receiving a payoff, and likely results in little disruption to clients or staff. Selling to another business. Businesses or private equity groups acquire businesses in full or in part for strategic rather than purely financial reasons. They aren't looking to fund a new owner's salary, but rather to integrate the offerings of the purchased business in order to expand the capabilities, market reach, competitiveness, and profitability of an established business that is usually larger and stronger than the business being purchased. A business-to-business sale allows the possibility of a strong selling price and potential for an immediate payoff, though the sale terms often require your ongoing involvement with your business. Selling to family members. This sale approach is followed by roughly a third of all small business owners who work with their attorneys and accountants to determine the often complex plans for valuation, business transfer, and related estate planning issues. While a sale to family members takes advanced planning requires a generous time frame and rarely achieves a top dollar payoff. Ultimately, it allows the seller flexibility in determining future involvement and usually provides continuity for staff and clients. Liquidation involves selling assets, possibly with assistance from liquidation sale experts, collecting outstanding receivables, paying off debts, addressing contractual commitments, releasing employees, and finalizing legal and financial obligations to close your business. For owners of small businesses with significant weaknesses or solvency issues who seek immediate business exits, liquidation is likely the easiest and fastest way to recover some value and invest no further funds or efforts before leaving the business behind. Merging with another business or going public through an initial public offering or IPO. Both these approaches require significant legal and accounting assistance outside the range of advice in this webinar. Next, determine who will be on your deal team. People who have helped you create and grow your business should be considered as candidates for your deal team. Your bookkeeper and or CPA will help you with the financial aspects such as creating the documentation buyers need to review, determining the tangible asset values, and company restructuring. Your business attorney will help you with the legal aspects such as creating or reviewing the selling documentation, negotiating with buyers, and closing the sale. Your financial advisor and or tax advisor will help you with the tax and investment aspects such as reducing or delaying your tax burden, moving your lump sum cash receipt into wise investment vehicles, and ensuring your after-sale financial goals are met. Your insurance agent will help you with the life insurance policy you may wish to create for yourself and or the buyer of your business if you are offering owner financing. Your commercial realtor will help you with the sale of real estate, if any. Your business broker will help you in many aspects of selling your business, such as creating a teaser, selling memorandum, marketing your business to buyers, negotiating and closing the sale. A word of caution when selecting a business broker: adequately qualify one before signing the broker agreement contract. Next, determine what it is you are selling. Careful analysis of what it is you are selling will help you determine the necessary steps to getting what you want out of the deal. Are you selling your tangible and intangible assets, land, buildings, vehicles, tools, supplies, office furniture, heavy equipment, website, phone number, customer list? Are you selling the business stocks? Clearly define what you're offering for your asking price. The more clarity, the better the chances of getting and negotiating offers. Then find out what it is actually worth. Find out the accurate price. The majority of business sellers overprice their offerings and are unable to get offers. When you're selling a used car, this is a simple matter of comparison shopping, but business valuation is considerably more complicated. It's common to use a few different methods of business valuation to arrive at a price. This provides a way to come at the value from different angles and typically results in a range of value rather than one set figure. When preparing the tangible asset list, spec sheet for instance, you may use book value based on the company's balance sheet, modified book value adjusted to reflect the current market value of the assets, replacement value based on what it would cost to replace the asset, liquidation value based on what the asset would bring in if the business was liquidated. You may also incorporate adjustments into the business valuation process to arrive at your final asking price based on other knowledge you have of the company's current condition and its future prospects. The International Financial Reporting Standards framework defines an asset as follows. An asset is a resource controlled by the enterprise as a result of past events and from which future economic benefits are expected to flow to the enterprise. Examples of tangible assets include cash and cash equivalents, inventory, investments, property, plant, and equipment, vehicles, furniture, equipment, and stock. Intangible assets. In businesses with well-known names, products, and reputations, up to half the business sale price often covers the purchase of intangible assets, things buyers can't hold in their hands. Intangible assets fall into two general categories: intellectual property rights assets, including trademarks, patents, licensing agreements, and trade secrets, and other intangible assets, including business name and reputation, processes, strategies, and general know-how, which together contribute to business value over and above the value of tangible assets. These intangible assets compose what's called the goodwill of your business. Goodwill assets include your business name and brand identity, a trained workforce, loyal customers, strong and durable supplier and distribution networks, phone numbers and websites, social media presence and rankings, proprietary technology systems and processes, brand equity, which is the value of the competitive advantage of your name and reputation in the minds of consumers and business and industry partners. In summary, intangible assets are not in physical form, but have more value than physical assets. The intangible assets are difficult to value, but companies should calculate the fair value of these kinds of assets. The intangible assets are created or acquired by the companies. Intangible assets that are self-created by the companies would not be recorded in the balance sheet and have no book value. The main types of intangible assets are goodwill, brand equity, intellectual properties, trade secrets, patents, trademark and copyrights, licensing, customer lists, and R&D. Usually the values of intangible assets are not recorded in the balance sheet, but once two or more companies come together via acquisition or merger, then in the acquired company's balance sheets, the value of intangible assets would be recorded. It is recommended that you get a valuation for your business. The business valuation will tell you the minimum price you should be selling your business. With these data, the likelihood for a deal to be reached will increase. While a business valuation carries some element of subjectivity, having these numbers at the owner's fingertips gives them a head start in negotiating their business worth. Without a business valuation, you're estimating and guessing away your financial future. Using the multiplier method of business valuation will not directly reward you for the intangibles in your business. Next, understand what buyers look for when making their decision. Earnings history. Income is a major factor in the valuation of any business. An increase in gross income over the past 3 years to 5 years will have a positive impact on the value of your business, while a decrease in income may serve to devalue the business. Work with your CPA to recast your earnings. Sellers of small businesses need to have their CPA clean up their books and recast their financials to reflect normalized earnings by adding back discretionary expenses. This can include salaries, bonuses paid to family members, business vehicles, memberships, travel, and entertainment. These are items that would not necessarily be incurred by a buyer and will lead to normalized earnings potential for the business. If at all possible, these expenses should be eliminated from the financials altogether because these adjustments are usually a point of contention with the buyer as they are often difficult to prove. Staff and management. Will the buyer inherit quality, valuable employees when they purchase your business? A skilled, knowledgeable staff and effective, reliable management team will improve the value of your business tremendously. If you are a one-person or two-person operation, you should hire someone and train them on the intricacies of running your business. Then hire a team to support the new employee. Replacing yourself with a key employee who can operate the company without you will provide the buyer with a sense of comfort and will reduce the amount of risk he will assume when buying your business, which in turn will make your business more valuable to him. Remember, what the buyer wants in your business is not the equipment, the facility, or the products. He wants the cash flow. And your employees will be instrumental in helping transfer that cash flow to the buyer with reduced risk. Consider locking in key employees before going to market with something like a deferred compensation plan that creates golden handcuffs to secure the employees after the sale. Reputation. Your company's reputation and goodwill within your community can be incredibly valuable. It can be relatively difficult to place a number value on this type of intangible asset, but is nonetheless incredibly important. An overwhelmingly positive reputation could significantly boost the value of your company, while a negative reputation can be detrimental to your prospects for selling your business. Growth opportunities. This factor looks at how much potential the business has to grow in the future. This aspect of the valuation may consider the company's growth prospects as a business regardless of its industry and based on the company's unique potential. And it may look at the company's potential for growth based on its industry. Thus, if you have a business model with high growth potential, or if you are in an industry that will likely see significant growth, these factors could increase the value of the business. Business location. As with real estate, business is all about location, location, location. Your company's location is a major factor in its value. If you have an incredibly innovative idea and a fantastic business model, it may not mean much if you are in a location with little potential to grow or succeed. Conversely, if your business isn't that successful, but you are in a prime location, this can be a major positive when it comes to valuation. When it comes to business valuation, the concept of concentration can also be viewed as diversity across a wide variety of factors in your business. For example, client concentration can be a significant factor in the valuation of a business. If your business is doing very well, but only has a couple of key clients, this would have a negative impact on the value of your business, since the loss of one client could potentially be ruinous for the business. On the other hand, an extremely diverse client base would be a positive factor. Similarly, product concentration and market concentration can also be major factors in valuation. If you only sell one product, or your products only appeal to a very specific market segment, that is not considered as valuable as a company that successfully sells diverse products and appeals to a diverse market. Lead generation systems and online presence. A buyer wants to know the amount of effort needed on his part to get new sales. Your lead generation system and online presence will provide an effective way for him to gauge the results he can get immediately after stepping in as the new owner. Determine how you will close the gap. If you discover that a gap exists between the amount of money you want for your business and what the market price is for it, there are several things you can do. One of the quickest ways to boost the value of your business is to develop recurring revenue. This can be in the form of maintenance agreements, service add-ons, and regular inspections. Some of the benefits of generating recurring revenue include creates lifelong customer loyalty, improves the customer experience, stabilizes revenue and cash flow, simplifies scheduling and dispatch, streamlines workflow, and increases the business value. Some of the methods for selling recurring revenue services include hire a salesperson to call on existing customers, reward your employees for new recurring revenue service sales, reward your customers for new recurring revenue service sales. Another thing you can do to close the gap is to change the sole proprietorship structure or C-Corp to an S-Corp. Consider making the election to change your sole proprietor or a C-Corp to an S-Corp. There are distinct disadvantages to transitioning your business while being a sole proprietor or C-Corp. One of them being the double taxation inherent in the C-Corp structure, and the other being the built-in gain tax that stays with the corporation for 10 years. The built-in gain tax essentially eliminates the capital gain tax treatment for an S-Corp that was previously a C-Corp. Early planning will help you avoid this pitfall. There are trade-offs between building business value and selling quickly. You'll get more details in the ebook. Understand the selling process. Perform the pre-due diligence. The buyer's due diligence process will examine a lot more than just your financials. They will look into every corner of the business, including key contracts, supplier agreements, legal agreements, insurance policies, company health and pension plans, human resource policies, corporate record minutes, etc. The key is to perform the pre-due diligence before going to market. The goal is to present the business from the buyer's eyes to make everything transparent in order to clean up needed areas. Have documents ready for review. You will need the following documents ready for prospective buyers: federal tax returns for the past 3 years, corporate or Schedule C, income statements for year-to-date and the past 3 years, balance sheets for the past 3 years, statement of seller's discretionary earnings for most recently completed year. Get the full list in the ebook. After you've done the pre-due diligence, create the confidentiality agreement. The purpose of a confidentiality agreement, which is also referred to a non-disclosure agreement or NDA, is to protect information exchanged between you and the prospective buyers. Anyone who signs a confidentiality agreement is promising not to disclose relevant information to others. Never provide prospective buyers with details about your business until they have signed and returned the confidentiality agreement. Next, create the prospective buyer application. There are many aspiring business owners in the community, but many of them will never be business owners. They either don't have the skills, expertise, or courage to own a business. It is these people that will steal your time. Many potential business owners have heard or read about people being able to buy businesses with little or no money down, with the seller providing all the finance. Well, let's be honest, unless you are a desperate seller and you have complete confidence in the person buying your business, it is not going to happen. And even if this is the case, it is highly likely that the buyer has some skin in the game, generally in the form of money. This is why it is important that you are able to qualify a potential buyer for your business. Remember, you are going to be investing your time in sharing information about your business, and much of this information would not normally be available to people you don't know and trust. Questions you need to ask in order to help you determine whether a prospective buyer is a good candidate for your business include: what they are doing now? What related experience do they have? What kind of business and what is their price range? How deep are their pockets? What financial documentation do they have? How soon do they want to purchase a business? How long have they been looking? If they are unwilling to provide answers to these questions, be very wary. People who are serious about buying a business expect you to share confidential and sensitive information about your business. Over time, the answers to these questions will become apparent. However, all too often, considerable time is wasted on dreamers, tire kickers, or even sneaky competitors. Next, create your business teaser. A teaser is a document circulated to potential buyers. The document is intended to generate interest in the target market. The document tells high-level and summary information about businesses being sold. The teaser's purpose is to create buyer interest for the business. Next, create your selling memorandum. Your financial strength and future cash flow are central in the valuation and pricing of your company. However, you must be able to tell a story in your marketing position that is clear, measurable, and defines your competitive advantage. This is an aspect of the sell that can increase your multiple for a higher price. Use the selling memorandum to adequately sell the opportunity. Some business brokers call this document a selling memo. Others call it a confidential description book or an offering memo. If your business is large and if its assets, products, and systems are complicated, your selling memo will likely run considerably longer in order to adequately explain your offering and its higher price. If your business is very small, uncomplicated, and likely to sell for under $500,000, you can probably reduce the selling memo to a term sheet that presents little more than a business description, financial information, and presentation of price and terms. Consider the reasons people have for buying a business when creating your selling memorandum, and also consider the types of buyers you'll be approaching. To generate an income for themselves and individual buyers, to expand their market share, competitors, to introduce new products into the marketplace, suppliers, to reduce tax burdens, financial and individual buyers. Individual and financial buyers may wish to reduce tax burdens by purchasing a business, even if the business is not generating a profit. Create your prospective buyers and business brokers list. You'll want to include competitors, suppliers, apprentices, financial buyers, and individual buyers. Many business brokers earn commissions on buy-side transactions. This is why it is important to make a list of as many brokers in your area as possible. It is highly likely that a business broker near you has information about potential buyers who would be perfect candidates for your business. However, clearly state in your communication to them that you are not interested in sell-side representation unless you have decided to use a broker in order to sell your business. Use online directories to obtain business broker names, phone numbers, and email addresses. Next, send your teaser to prospective buyers and brokers. Then, send your confidentiality agreement and prospective buyer application to those who have responded. Send your selling memorandum to prospective buyers. Then interview qualified prospective buyers and create a competitive environment, also known as controlled auction. Receive offer letters, letters of interest. Negotiate offers. Many aspects of the sale are negotiable. While you may think you are getting a good deal, the details of the transaction will play a critical role into how much you will actually receive at closing and over the course of time. This is why it is so important to clearly define your goals before beginning the sales process. Next, close the sale. Your attorney will be pivotal in this step. Complete post-sales obligations. And finally, enjoy the proceeds from the sale of your business. But most importantly, avoid the mistakes owners make when selling their business. You get more details in the ebook, and for time constraints and basically in order to provide you with quality information about the overall process, most of the information will be contained in the ebook. Again, in just a few minutes, I'll provide you with a discount code where you can get the $197 valued ebook at no cost. So more of the details that are provided will be in the ebook, and then there will also be offers for online training should you decide that you need to get the online training to help you sell your business for 30 days to 60 days for more money than it's currently worth. On that note, let me explain the opportunities to become a member and improve your chances of having a successful sale and save both time and money when selling. With the membership, you'll receive the legal documents and templates necessary to sell your business. You'll receive the buy-sell agreement template, the pre-sale checklist, business valuation template, complete due diligence checklist, business sale presentation template, non-competition agreement, non-disclosure agreement template, letter of intent template to buy a sole proprietorship, letter of intent template to buy a limited liability company. These are for the buyers that you can offer to them. A term sheet template, business sale agreement template for a sole proprietorship, business sale agreement for selling a limited company, stock sale agreement template, sale of business assets agreement, employment agreement, assignment of lease, seller financing agreement template, secured promissory note, bill of sale template, asset sale closing checklist, entity sale closing checklist. Then you'll also receive process documentation tools to track and document all of your current business processes, recurring revenue strategies with templates, processes, and resources to drive up the value of your business, employee management team attraction, development, and retention strategies to increase value, negotiation strategies to ensure you get top dollar, marketing letters, ads, and placement locations to get maximum exposure, strategies for quick cash infusion in order to grow value, buyer applications to eliminate wasted time with tire kickers, tools to quantify the value of your intangible assets, options for improving your online reputation, and daily task tracker to ensure you stay on schedule. The Summit membership is for owners who want to sell for maximum value. With this, you get business valuation options, template, and instructions, exit strategy creation, training, and templates, business sellers toolkit, all of the seller forms, agreements, templates, as well as videos and examples, value boost training with a guarantee, private auction training, resources, and listing an upcoming auction, access to additional training and resources published each month. The Crest membership is for owners who want to increase the value of their business before selling. It includes the business valuation options, template and instructions, exit strategy, creation, training, and templates, Business Sellers Toolkit, Sellers Forms, Agreements, Templates with videos and examples, Value Boost Training with Guarantee, access to additional training and resources published each month. The base membership is for owners who want to sell quickly. It includes the business valuation options, template and instructions, exit strategy creation training and templates, business sellers toolkit, sellers forms, agreements, templates, videos and examples, and access to additional training and resources published each month. For the next 15 minutes, you'll have the opportunity to use the discount code SAV40. This will save you 40% on any membership plan today. Again, the discount code is SAV40. There is a link below. You click on that link, select a membership plan that you want to apply for, and then enter SAV40 as the discount code, and you'll save 40% on the membership you select. Discount code SAV40. Select only one membership choice, either the base, the Crest, or the Summit. Apply the discount code and save 40% in the next 15 minutes. The memberships are designed to take you step by step through the process of selling your business quickly and for more money than it's currently worth. So with the memberships, you'll learn what your business value is currently, how to grow the value quickly so that it's worth more money when you sell it. The training provides you with step-by-step instructions on how to prepare your business for sale, what documents to have ready for potential buyers, how to create the teaser, the selling memorandum, as well as the non-disclosure agreement, the letter of intent, how to create a controlled auction to have multiple buyers compete against each other for the purchase of your business, how to negotiate with buyers, what is needed at closing, and what is needed during post-closing activities. So again, the memberships are designed to provide everything you need to sell your business 30 to 60 days from today for more value than your business is currently worth. If you decide to contact a business broker later and ask them to help you sell the business after you put the things in place that the business broker would need for you to put in place, then that's an option for you as well. But if you want to save the 10% commission and sell the business yourself, the online training will show you step by step how to do that. Spending several hours a week over the next 30 days will be sufficient to better position yourself and your business for higher offers, better terms, and a quicker sell. Take advantage of the opportunity while it's still available to save 40% on a membership that will provide you with the tools, resources, strategies, and training that you need to sell your business quickly and for more money than it's currently worth. So again, all the memberships will include the documents needed, the templates needed in order to sell your business. They also include the process documentation tools to track and document all of your current business processes, recurring revenue strategies with templates, processes, and resources to drive up the value of your business, employee management team attraction development and retention strategies to increase the value, negotiation strategies to ensure you get top dollar, marketing letters, ads, and ad placement locations to get maximum value, exposure, strategies for quick cash infusion in order to grow the value, buyer applications to eliminate wasted time with tire kickers, tools to quantify the value of your intangible assets. Remember, your intangible assets will include your phone number, your website, your social media accounts, your reputation, your customer base, your supplier base. These are things that will add value to your business if you incorporate them and if you can assign a value to them. So you'll receive the tools to quantify the value of your intangible assets, as well as options for improving your online reputation and a daily task tracker to ensure you stay on schedule. So what you'll be doing is actually applying for membership. After you apply, you'll receive a response as to whether or not you are approved or not. If you're approved, you can start day one with your business valuation. After that, exit strategy creation. And then get familiar with all of the seller forms, the agreements, templates. There'll be videos and examples. With a summer membership, you get the value boost training with a guarantee. The guarantee essentially says that if you do not grow the value up for at least 10 times of what its current value amount is by the time you sell it, then you get a full refund. You also get private auction training. Remember the controlled auction that I was talking about earlier to get multiple buyers to compete against each other? This is critical if you want to sell quickly. You put a deadline on when the offers need to be turned in, and then you put a deadline on due diligence. So this is a way for you to put time constraints on the necessary steps of selling your business. Otherwise, buyers can delay the process indefinitely, forcing you to relinquish terms or to reduce the sell price. If you sold your business for $300,000 and it cost you less than $1,000 in order to make that happen, you would consider that a pretty good deal. So again, the summer membership includes the private auction training, that will provide a competitive environment in order for the buyers to compete against each other. If you haven't already done so, write this down. The discount code is SAV40. SAV40. Select a membership option that you want to apply for, and then enter SAV40 in the discount code field to save 40% today. And below you'll see a link that you can click on that will take you to the application. If for any reason your application is declined, then you will receive a full refund within 48 hours. And when you're filling out the application, you'll see the various terms of agreement, the guarantee agreement, terms of use. Make sure that you select each of those, that you've read through each of those before you submit the form. As I mentioned, you will receive an offer to get the ebook, which contains information in this webinar as well as additional details that weren't provided in this webinar for time's sake. You can redeem the offer with using the discount code EBFREE. So the letter E as in Edward, the letter B as in Bill, and then the word free, F-R-E-E. I hope you enjoyed the webinar. I hope you have received value from the webinar and have a better understanding of what would be required to sell your business quickly and for more money than it's currently worth. I hope that you take the opportunity to save money today on a membership plan that will walk you through step by step the process of selling your business within 30 to 60 days for more money than it's currently worth.